You're listening to Lead, Sell, Grow the Human Experience podcast. I am your host, Eric Konovalov, and I believe that we can achieve everything we want if we take our leadership, sales ability, and personal growth to a higher level. On this show, we share ideas on how to break through our invisible boundaries, start taking steps towards our dreams, and create the life we desire. I invite you to open your mind to new possibilities, new ideas, and to the truth that everything you want is possible for you. Thank you for being here and welcome to the show. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lead, Sell, Grow the Human Experience podcast. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. If you have not done so yet, head over to our Facebook group, join a conversation. It's Lead, Sell, Grow the Human Experience Tribe. We'll see. Actually, I changed it as the Human Experience Mastermind, and hopefully I'll see you in there soon. Today, I have a really cool guest with me. Her name is Maria Quattrone. She's an entrepreneur. She's a real estate expert, investor, speaker, visionary, podcast host, and she's the founder and CEO of Maria Quattrone Associates RE/MAX Home. Maria is a real estate executive with over 25 years of sales and marketing and branding experience. Under her leadership, the company has grown into a very successful real estate company. Maria and her team have assisted her clients' acquisitions and dispositions totaling over $500 million in sales. Wow, Maria, that's a pretty big figure, $500 million. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Eric, for having me. I'm really excited to be here today.
Yeah, it's really cool to be here with you as well. So you're in the Northeast, yeah? You're in Philly.
We're in Philadelphia. Yes.
And you service New Jersey as well, or just Philly?
We do some business in New Jersey. We have a plan for expansion by the end of this year into New Jersey.
All right. Very cool. So 25 years. I'm no mathematician, but that puts us back into the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been in real estate for 18 and I've been in sales and marketing for 11 years before that. So we're 28 years in at this point, or ish, something like that.
Wow. That's a long time to be in a certain industry. You've seen it all. I mean, early 2000s, there was a boom in everybody wanted to buy properties. I think that's when people figured out that owning property is the best thing ever. And then 2008, you've been through that. That's the crazy crash.
2008. Yeah, absolutely. We actually did really well in 2008.
Really?
Or everybody else. Yes, because we have skill.
All right.
We have skills and we are experts in real estate. So between the sales skill and expert in real estate is a perfect match for when there's a shifting or a downward economy.
Okay. So help me understand, as you work in a team environment, so I'm assuming you provide some good training for your realtors that are on your team?
Absolutely. In fact, we have a scholarship program. So we'll bring somebody in who has a desire to build a real estate career. And from that, we will bring them through the real estate school. We partnered up with a school. And when they're finished and they pass their test, they come into our 2-week Rise in Real Estate Academy, where we're going to teach them the fundamentals of sales, basically dialing for dollars, what that looks like, the verb, the language that you use, also how to show a home, how to write an offer. So at the end of the 2 weeks, you're not going to know everything, obviously, about real estate, but you're going to know enough to have scheduled appointments, because we will be scheduling appointments in week 2 of that 2-week training. And then you will know how to conduct that buyer strategy session, because we are mainly focusing on buyers in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then how to show them property, how to do open houses, and then ultimately how to write the sales contract. So we want people to feel somewhat prepared anyway. And the agents in our community, in MQA, they easily can plug right into our system, into our database, and call within our database and be able to get leads right away as soon as they're trained in our system. So that's a big part of our philosophy as lifelong learners. We have 2 meetings a week. The one is our Tuesday sales meeting. The Thursday is training. And then we do some other stuff in between there. But yeah, we're constantly working on sometimes the same things because you need to hear them over and over and over again. You got to keep practicing. And then also, things will add in to learn. We weave through the system.
Wow, very, very interesting. So I think everybody knows a realtor, right? Or am I
Sure.
just naive to think that? Because I don't know. I mean, it seems like everybody I meet, that every third person is a real estate agent.
I think that it depends on how old you are and when the last time you bought or sold something is. If you're, for example, say an empty nester and you haven't bought a house in 35 years, I mean, you may know somebody, you may not know somebody. It depends, I think, also on how social you are. If you're a very social person, you go to a lot of events and parties, somebody there is probably a real estate agent.
Yeah.
But if you're kind of like, more keep to yourself, you may not know it at one. In fact, we have tons of people that call us because they're looking for a realtor. They actually raise their hand, they call on the phone and say, I'm looking for a real estate agent. Every single day we get those calls. So not everybody knows somebody.
That's that's gold right there when they call, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah. So what's, in your opinion, is the difference between the successful realtors who just crush it versus the ones who get their license, sell a house to a friend or their parent, and aren't able to succeed?
So number one is you have to focus on your daily schedule and mastering your morning. So if you make the contacts and you're dialing 100 dials a day, over time, there's no possible way that you will not succeed in real estate. Absolutely impossible. Because real estate is math. It's just like any other sales. It is a numbers game. It's how many people can you talk to, ask them the right questions, listen to what they say, and then take it from there to the next step. All we're doing is pushing people through a process from the time that we have a conversation with them to the time that they close on a property. I'm experiencing something right now with an agent. We're looking to buy a secondary home at the beach. So I said, we can just go with the people who have the listings, right? And you would think this would be easy. I asked the same question to this person 3 times before I could get the answer in an email, in a text, and on the phone.
What was the question?
And the property, I asked a specific question. Will the seller take will they take financing? Because this house, we're going to put financing. We can't close in for 3-4 weeks. So will they close at the end of September? Okay. And I asked what was included in the sale because it's a shore property. So they're a little bit different than your regular home because a lot of times people just leave everything. They leave a bunch of stuff there. And let's see, I got an answer back and it was, I'm cooking dinner right now. And then, yeah, and it's a $1.5 million property. And then all this other BS. And I finally got somewhat of an answer. This is yesterday, today. But I want to shake the person and go,
yeah,
that was WTF, in case you're listening and not seeing my lips moving.
Yeah. Wow.
She would be fired in my organization if I saw that. I heard that.
Doesn't make you want to do business with her.
It's not like we're buying something for like 15 grand. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. It's insane. So what makes a great real estate agent? I would take grit over talent any day. I would take somebody grit over talent.
You mentioned, sorry about that. You mentioned morning routine.
Uh-huh.
What does a good morning routine look like?
So first thing is a good morning routine is, I think you got to get yourself moving. If not every day, at least like 4 to 5 days a week. Get to the gym, take a walk, ride your bike. These are things I do. Something like that. Do some jumping jacks in the house. I don't know. Get yourself moving or read something. Then I would say if you drink coffee, get your water, first water, right? And number one thing in the morning you're going to do, you're going to make your bed. But what are you going to do before that? The night before you go to bed, you're going to lay out your clothes or hang them in your closet, what outfit you're wearing in the morning. Because see, I've won already. I won because I did some kind of, I got some exercise. I made my bed and I had some clothes picked out. Okay. Things that you can win. What I have witnessed, my own personal experience and personal development, is that when we win, we want to win more. So I stopped eating sugar in February. So from March 1, no sugar, no ice cream, no piece of chocolate, no birthday cake. And believe me, I've been around so much of it. My husband loves ice cream, and it's been around me all the time. So no sugar. So then you have no sugar. So I'm like, no sugar. Okay, feeling better. Great. Let's layer the next thing in. Okay, I'm going to be doing my walks and I'm going to be riding a bike, and then layer the next thing. So very little complex carbohydrates. And okay, I'm going to do weight training now. And you want to do more because you have confidence. You have more confidence. More confidence makes you want to do more. The same thing in sales. Get to 100 dials as quickly as possible. Keep making those 100 dials every day as quickly as possible. For me, it would be like, okay, well, we have, we're recruiting agents, or we're bringing agents into our company. Great. We need to bring more in. We got more. Great. We need to bring more in. So the confidence of, and it could go from anything from either whether that is, taking care of your health and fitness or making your calls, because once we have some wins, we now have, and we honor ourselves and our commitment, and it becomes a standard. Like, making my bed is non-negotiable. I do not leave the house without making my bed, even if I'm late, which I'm usually not. But if I was, and I have been before, sometimes like once in a blue moon, I oversleep because I didn't sleep or something, who knows? But I will make my bed, and I will brush my teeth, and I will shower, and I will be dressed appropriately.
Well, I hope
leave
so.
the house
Don't leave the house without brushing your teeth. If it's between making your bed and brushing your teeth, brush your teeth.
I'm doing all of it, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay. Some people tell me, well, I shower at night, but you just slept. What do you mean you shower at night? Get in the shower. What are you
wake
talking
up.
about? Wake the heck up.
Right.
Wash your face, girl. Wash your face, girl. What the hell's going on? Yeah, so those things are really important, just a little thing. So it's the commitment of your morning routine, which is their calls should be made in the morning.
I heard Admiral McRaven with the make your bed stuff. Why do you make your bed?
It's a win.
It's a win.
It's a win. Who wants to come home to an unmade bed? It's a win. It's the first thing of the day that you can do. That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
You did something. It's a win. So all the little wins make you want to do more wins, and then all the wins together mush into one big thing, and that's success.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. All right, in your expert opinion, what's happening with the real estate market in 2022, 2023?
I mean, I think you're going to see, we're already seeing adjustments. You could already see in some of the higher end prices that the prices are starting to adjust downward. So there will be some downward pressure on pricing. However, homes that are in perfect condition in a fabulous location, and if they're like beachfront, lakefront, bayfront, I'm going to exclude those types of properties.
Okay.
I'm going to exclude the shore from this conversation because of COVID. We have many people who decided to live at the shore permanently, or instead, because a lot of people weren't going to Europe, they bought beach houses, so it made the prices go up. So outside of that, let's just talk about regular real estate, Philadelphia. We don't have enough inventory though for the entry level, but the people that would be the move up buyers can't sell if they can't afford at the current interest rate, the payment that they will need to make. But people will say, but there was 6% before. Okay, I agree. but prices weren't twice the amount of money that they are today.
That's right.
So if I see one more real estate person put the little graph up there about 18%, the houses were 70 grand then. Like, you have to look at the entire picture, and we don't live in a vacuum. So as things are transpiring, whether it's crime or bad leadership in a city or a war going on or high gas prices, inflation, what happens at this time is that people pause. Excited. I say pause, but they freeze.
Yeah.
Now, I take the exact opposite approach. I'm doubling, tripling down like a mofo. I ain't messing
On what?
around.
What are you tripling down on?
Everything, activity. So I would go on Facebook Live. I would do my podcast live, and then I stopped doing it live. It's recorded now, just for timing for people, not for me, for other humans. But I decided I'm going to go Facebook Live 3 days a week. So I'm going to talk one day about, I've been doing this the last few weeks, Rise in Real Estate it's called. So other real estate agents, rise up. We're rising up, rise in real estate. 2, I have co-authoring a multi-author book. So talk about the book. And the book is called Fearless Female Leaders, Their Untold Stories Revealed. And so we're promoting the book. We're promoting the women that are in the book. Right now, I am enrolling women into the book. And yes, it costs money. People say, "Oh, are you just going to tell my story?" No, I'm not just going to tell your story. This is a way for a platform for you to tell your story, and then for us to market it to become an international Amazon bestseller. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then the third thing is a weekly show about what's happening in the real estate market. So I only used to do a monthly market update via video that would be sent out. Now I'm doing a weekly show every week. And I just go on, talk to this through the system live, and for 20 minutes or 15 or 30 minutes, whatever it is for that day. And like, that's a way that, because those videos, somebody will share it and they start to get more legs and people start to tune in. They want to say, what is she talking about? What is she saying? I know she knows the market. It helped so many people in 2008, 9, 10, 11 get the hell out of the mess that they were in. And then in 11 is when we start to see the market go up little by little, kept going. And it continued to, and just about, and then COVID hit and there was a standstill for like 5 minutes, a little bit more than 5 minutes. And then when things opened up, the floodgates opened up, the interest rates were so low, people said, it's so cheap. I could buy $1 million house, I can pay 2.8%. How many people? A lot of people are buying expensive houses with no thought of, what's going to happen later. Now, if you plan to stay at that house forever, okay, do it. But 10% of that price was aspirational, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Aspirational. They're like, I want it. You know, like the house that we're looking at right now, there's other offers. We're going to throw our hat in the ring because you never know. And if you don't get up to bat and hit and swing the bat, you ain't getting nothing. So I always say, it's always worth it to put the offer in.
Fearless Female Leadership.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Where did you get that title from?
I made it up.
No, I
Fearless
get that, but do you
leaders.
view yourself
as
make it up? Well, I kind of want to hear some of your backstory.
Why?
I mean, clearly,
Okay.
you view yourself as a fearless female leader.
Let me explain what it is. 1, I'm female. 2, I'm a leader. And 3, I'm fearless because I feel the fear and do it anyway. Yes. Do I get scared? Yes, a lot. And some days I wake up with anxiety, but I say, what can happen? What's going to happen? Oh, somebody is going to laugh at me. I have some people that like heckle. They'll make like ha 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 face on the Facebook, thing. I don't know who it is because they blocked me. So they're a coward, right? So like, unless you're in the arena with me, right? I love like that saying, what the heck? Who said it?
Brene Brown?
Oh my God. Yeah, but it's not from her, but she does say
right.
it.
Yeah.
It's from
Man in the Arena. It's a pretty famous poem.
Arena, Theodore Roosevelt.
That's right.
Unless you are in the arena with me, F you. You have nothing to say. I don't care. So So the fearless comes from feeling the fear and doing it anyway,
Were you
right?
always like that though? Or did that develop over
Um,
time?
hmm. Well, I would say that I had confidence as a kid. I was told that I could do anything that I wanted and I didn't need anybody else. I didn't need a man, which is why I didn't get married till I was in my late 40s, but could do anything I wanted. So I did have that. And I also was in an upbringing where, I mean, my parents, they're great. They are loving humans, but shit happens and they were always mad and yelling and this. And then like we had some money and then we didn't have any money. And then I had holes in my shoe. And then I was like, you know what? No way. This is not happening. I am getting through college. I'm going to sell radio time. I hated that job when I started. I had to call people on the phone. I was scared, call reluctance. I would hang up. I would like run downstairs because I was on the second or third floor of this building. I'd go downstairs. I'd smoke a cigarette. Like I was like 23, 24. I was a nervous wreck. And then you know what? I kept doing it. I kept showing up, even though I was crying on the way to work. I had no money because I quit my bartending job. I took this job. I'm like, no money. I'm broke. I'm like, you gotta effing be kidding me. Right. So I just kept going back and I just kept doing the work and I just kept building the pipeline. And then my boss said to me, he's like, why don't you just go out and door knock like the businesses? I go in and say, who handles the advertising, find out, get the info, come back and make the call. So that activity gave me confidence. Plus, I'm really good in person, right? So I have the energy and enthusiasm, and people like me, and or they find me like really annoying. So I had confidence because I knew who I had to call. And so when I got on the phone, I'm like, "Hey, Frank from Maz's Furniture." I'm like, "This is Maria from WMGM TV 40. I'd love to put you on TV. Can I come and talk to you about how we could make you famous on TV or something, so whatever
Sure.
I said. And so then like I figured out, wait a minute, why are they people only buying like a month at a time? So I talked to my boss. I'm like, listen, can't we do packages like A, B, and C? And so that builds success because now I started keep locking people in for longer. So I became the number 2 salesperson within 16 months at this place just out of college. And then I went back and I had experience. So I called up the Philly radio station I wanted to work at. I had already talked to them before. They told me get experience, call us when you do. I did. I actually did what that person said. And I went back and I called and called. I got the job there. And here I am starting again, first in, last out, leaving the house at 6 a.m., getting home 9 p.m., sleeping like 7 hours and just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And I have that work ethic. I think it's important. One of the things I'll say about real estate is you really got to have the work ethic. You got to want it. I don't need anybody to motivate me. I'm motivated. I got a picture of this house, like these things that I want, and they're not all material things, but it represents something. There's always somebody in a family, and as they come along, hopefully to every family, there's always that person, right? And that person can change the directory of the entire family in a generation and multiple and future generations. So I feel like that person, like I'm that person to do it.
Do you have
So
kids?
we don't have children. We have 3 furry kitties.
All right. No,
But anyway,
that's quite a story. I mean, as you started seeing success, did you find yourself listening to different people and reading certain books? Because you've made some quotes to some pretty great leaders. I'm wondering where that came from.
yeah, I've been an avid reader since I've been like probably 10 years old. Right now I'm reading Ed Milet, his book, One More Thing, or I forget. I just picked it up. I got it on Friday. I'm like in the process of reading it. I love Ed. He's cool.
He's amazing.
I teach using Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect.
Mm-hmm.
That is when you come into our organization, it's on day 1, you get that book and we read it as a group together every night, and we discuss it in depthly every single morning after the night before. And I want to instill the value of like, you start here. And if every day you drew a line on a piece of paper and you just got 0.1% better on the daily, in a year, look how far you've come. I say myself as an example. We were at a different place 3 months ago. The company was at a different place 6 months ago. A year ago, we didn't even have our scholarship program yet. And 6 months ago, right, we launched it in December. And I'd say the first several months were not good because we didn't know what we were doing.
Of course.
And then we had to tighten it up. So now I don't think we're at 100% yet, but I think we're at like 80%.
Yeah.
85%. We've layered in things. So
That's so cool. Let me ask you this, Maria, because
yeah,
you're a busy businesswoman, right? And you have people who are coming in, you're training, you're developing new curriculums. Are you selling as well? Selling and working with clients?
minimal. I have it. So I have I would say like an executive team that handles. So we have a different setup here. Like my broker of record, Dara, is our lead listing partner. So she handles the majority of the listings that are like past clients, VIP clients, commercial real estate. The other listing opportunities, because I hate calling people leads, the other listing opportunities will get given out to the people who, you know, this expression, right? Feed the stallion, starve the ponies. So the people that are showing up and doing the work get the opportunities. If you don't, you don't. And you know, I make decisions this morning. We have a company huddle every day at 8:30. I'd say 30% of people weren't on this morning. One of them I know is on vacation. The other ones are going to tell them tomorrow, listen, we're running. If you're not going to run with us, just walk out the door. Okay. Don't waste our time. There's no reason that you can't be on that 8:30 call. It's our Monday morning group huddle and everybody should be on talking about what happened last week. Did you make your commitments or not? Because there's only, you either made them or you didn't. And this 100 dials should be a business standard, right? Working towards creating it to be a business standard. And then what are your intentions for this week? I'm going to bring in 2 listings. I'm going to buy her under contract. I'm going to get 2 BAC signed. Whatever it is, they make it up for themselves. I do not give people their goals. I just let everybody know what our company standards are to reach. In our organization, in the first 90 days as a new agent, you have to do 3 pieces of business. That's a rental, a buyer pending, or a listing. Any of the 3. Okay? As long as that happens in 90 days, you can stay on the roster. If not, you can't stay on the roster. Some people got to leave the roster this week. That's how it goes. When do
you take time to actually plan out when do you take time to actually work on the company, not in the company? You know what I mean? Like planning out your goals, taking a look at what's working, what's not working, making adjustments.
I do it all the time. I mean, in between, taking a walk, riding the bike, doing nothing. Sometimes like I'll just be sitting, at the beach, just thinking. The magic happens when nothing is happening.
Yeah, I heard this quote. It's so interesting you said that. Robert, I think it's Einstein's quote. He said, sometimes the hardest work looks like just sitting and looking out the window.
Indeed. That is correct. So when you're actually at working, like this is working to me, right? We're working right now. Mm-hmm. This is marketing, but it's still working. I'm not contemplating. I'm not thinking about, the next company that's opening in October. I'm not working on that right now. You can't be in production mode, and that would include like recruiting and training mode, and in visionary work. They have a different cadence. And that's why we teach to make the calls in the morning, to do your follow-up in the morning, because it's a different cadence than showing a property. It's a different cadence than doing comps. You can't like make calls, do comps, go back to the making the calls. There's different cadence to it. And if you zigzag, and this is how I figured this out. It was only a couple years ago. But what was happening during COVID was I was still very much in a lot of production, and I was also doing a recruiting meeting. So it would be, I'd have an agent coming in, and then I go to a listing phone call because it was Zoom. I'll be on Zoom. Then somebody came in the office, or they were in Zoom. Then there's another Zoom, but it's a recruiting, and then it goes back to the listing. It was disruptive to my being. I left at the end of the day, every day, it was like I was strapped into like a 747 plane, and I was in the airplane flying up there and couldn't get up to even to go to the bathroom. It was craziness. And I learned that you really need to separate. And this was time blocked because everything it's in my calendar. If it's on my calendar, it will not happen. Like it has to be in my calendar or forget it. I won't do it. I get distracted into some other thing. I know it needs to get done. So I place pretty much a lot of things that normal people might not place in their calendar.
Like
I place in my calendar. Like, well, some personal thing.
Like special time with hubby?
Special time with hubby. Just like, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Like I'm like out this weekend, like, oh, I'm reading this book. I'll put the book in the schedule, like to read the book. Don't forget to read the book.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like crazy, but
all right.
otherwise,
so what happens? Let's say you have that book scheduled and there's an opportunity to interview an agent and they're available at that time, or somebody wants to buy a house and they're available at that time. Do you tell them you're not available, or do you move the book reading?
Well, I would never have the book reading during the day, like the work day. The book reading's like Saturday or Sunday, and I'm not available for those types of meetings those days.
Awesome. So you've really adhered to you're in control. You're very intentional about what you do when you do it.
I don't want to do anything I don't want to do. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm down the shore riding my bike, getting my workout in. I might meet up with, I have clients that are down there. I might meet up with them for dinner or for drinks. Last night we were out with a couple people. We had some drinks with them. And it was like serendipitous. It was just totally last minute. We were all in our beach attire. We ran over and met them on our bikes, like 5-10 minute ride away. But no, I mean, like my schedule is my schedule. Like that's my schedule. And I don't want to be dictated by anybody about my schedule, which is why I'm the owner of the company.
That is awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely love that. So every night, your people are reading The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And every morning at 8:30, you guys are talking about what they read?
Yes, this is for the brand new people.
For the brand new people.
Yep. That's part of the curriculum. I wrote the curriculum. So we have videos that are in there, videos we've made, some outside videos from like Follow Up Boss, because we utilize that CRM, some other things I need to do. Some other key folks in our company have made videos. Otherwise, we have to keep doing the same thing over and over again every month. So like how to write the agreement of sale, how to do the buyer strategy session. We actually have like real role plays that they can watch and they can see, and they can watch them over and over and over again. And how to write that offer, they watch it over and over. And then we have live offer training, right? So we do a combination of recorded videos that we've done and live training. And also we do script practice. So there's it's really loud here. There's chanting going on. And then there's role play. And I tell her, and I show them like how to do it. And then they get on the calls, and then I listen and I give some feedback. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on.
That is really cool. All right. So if a brand new agent gets got their real estate license, what are some good metrics they can use to pick a brokerage firm to join?
I think they need to decide, one, if they want to be solo or if they want to be on the team.
And what's the benefit of one versus the other?
Well, if I was starting again and I was brand new, I would join a team.
How come?
And well, because in 18 years, a lot of things have changed. Consumers want real estate like on demand. They don't want to wait. And when I walked in this business 18 years ago, I'm still going to stand by what I said. It's the stupidest effing business I've ever seen in my life. How can one agent do 7 different jobs? Well, I'm only good at like 2 things, barely, let alone 7. So I think that the consumer doesn't get a great experience when they use a solo agent, personally, unless they only do like a deal a month. In that case, you never get that good if you're only doing a deal a month. Sorry, you just don't.
So
You
what
don't
does the
get.
team do for you? So you're the agent. Your job is to really deal with the client, finding
So
homes and things like that.
so first of all, the team provides like the leads, they provide the signs, they have a photographer on staff. You know, they have people who put all the listings in the MLS. There's team meetings, there's a family, we're family. Like there's a team culture. You know, our number 1 core value, which is also our podcast, is be the solution. How are you the solution for yourself today? How are you the solution for your family? Real estate is a vehicle to allow people to live the life of their dreams. What is it that you want for you and your family? You want to get out of the 40 grand debt you have. You want to take the kids to Disney. You want to go to Greece. I don't know. You want to get engaged and buy your girlfriend a expensive ring. Everybody's at a different spot. Everybody has to run their own race. We provide them with a platform and an environment to be exactly what they want to be, right? So everybody can go somewhere else and get a higher compensation. I don't like to use that word that people use, split. It's called compensation, right? You can go somewhere and get a better compensation. Everybody in any organization for the most part. But say you go to 100% company, 100% from 100 is 0. Where we provide an opportunity for people to plug into our database, which I've been marketing to for many years. They get the videos, they get emails, they know what's going on, they see us on the news. You're aligned with a brand. Try to build a brand in today's environment, see how much it costs you, right? You can't replicate 18 years and thousands and thousands and thousands of signs on the street. You can't. And so with that, right, their part of their compensation is invested into the company. That's how we can have staff. That's how we can have a nice office. That's how we can do the different things that we do and bring in, fabulous trainers like John Cheplak and his group, and Bill Pipes, who's now with John. Like doesn't cost. It's not free. It costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
For sure.
So, that's why it's pulling all of our money together in order to be able to supply everybody with opportunities and with systems and processes to be successful.
Yeah, that is such an interesting point. Where you're planted needs to be conducive for your growth. You could take 2 lemon seeds from the same lemon, put one on concrete, and then put one in soil and nurture the soil one. One of those seeds is going to grow into into a lemon tree and produce more lemons, while the other one's nothing's going to happen to it, even if you pour water on it. So it sounds like you've created the soil and the environment for any seedling who's brand new in the real estate world to grow and be successful. So great job.
100%.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome, Maria.
It's exciting.
Where can people get in touch with you? If somebody decides to move to Philly and is looking for a place, wants to sell a place in Philly and get the hell out of there, what's a good way to connect with you?
Absolutely. So you can reach me on Facebook. You can DM me, Maria Quattrone. You could also reach us on Instagram, sold by MQ. And our website is mqrealestate.com, or 215-607-3535 is our office number. And yeah, this was great. Thanks, Eric, so much for having me. I'm humble and grateful for the opportunity to spend some time with you today.
Oh, it was great to have you here. And if you're listening to this and you're in sales and your organization needs some good sales training, some good communications training, some good training on how you can attract your ideal clients, be sure to reach out to me. I can help you guys out. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next episode. Maria, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.